Alrighty, here we have the fourth example four, the third video of just looking at a contextual problem, a situation, and then taking the derivative and using that derivative to find a rate of change, which is what we've been doing all along. Number four is specifically labeled as calculator active. So I'll have my calculator ready to use, in order to find the derivative at a specific instant. But let's read it together. For S between 0 and 5,000, the total amount of local college spends on printing is related to the number of students enrolled at the school and is modeled by this equation. C of S equals 770 minus 32 times cosine of S over 2,000, where S is the number of students enrolled at the college, and C is the total cost of printing in thousands of dollars. At what rate is the total cost of printing changing in dollars per student when 2,500 students are enrolled at that college? So when you see this, that should tell you that we're looking for a derivative. The derivative of what? The derivative of the total cost. Oh, but C is the total cost. So really, we're looking for C prime, and we're looking for C prime at a specific instant, or in this case, at a specific amount, because my input is, where are you? Where are you? S is the total number of students, and we know that there's 2,500 students in this particular situation. So we're really looking for C prime at 2,500, where 2,500 is the number of students. How do I figure that out? Well, we could try to take the derivative of this, and we could, but it's going to be a little time consuming. So let's use our calculator instead. So I'm going to open my calculator, and I'm going to try to maybe make it a little bit smaller if I can, or maybe I can't. Oh well. Okay. Let me clear the last derivative we took. So where was the derivative feature? Under math, and then option number 8, the numerical derivative. It's going to ask for three things. What's the variable? Well, we're using S, but the quicker variable is to just press X. What's the function? Well, the function is 70 minus 32 times the cosine of S over 2,000. 70, that's not 70, 70 minus 32 times the cosine of S over 2,000. The cosine of S, but I'm using the variable X over 2,000. And then the last piece of information the calculator will ask you for is where or at what point, at what instant do you want to find the derivative? Well, we want to find the derivative at 2,500, when there are 2,500 students. Press enter, and there is our answer. Something seems a little odd, because if you think about it, 6.092 times 10 to the negative 6, that's a really, 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 really small decimal, right? It's, you move the decimal back 6 spaces, that's point and 5 zeros, and then 6092. So what is wrong with what I just did? There's something off. Oh, we're using cosine. Cosine is a trig function. Whenever we use trig derivatives, we have to be in radian mode. I am not in radian mode, as you can see from the screen. I'm in degree mode. So I got to go back and change my mode to radian. Now let me go back. Do I have to type all this over again? I don't. If you go up and highlight whatever you want to copy paste, this is kind of like your copy paste. Press enter, and then press enter again, and that kind of is a little bit better. It makes more sense. So I'm going to say 0.015. So this is 0.015. Okay. Now I got to find the units. And so I go back and I say, well, what were the units of C? Well, C was thousands of dollars. Oh, so this is thousands of dollars per, and then I got to find what S was. S was the number of students, so student. So you could leave it like this, right? C prime of 2,500 is 0.015 thousands of dollars per student. Or if we're talking about thousands of dollars, then multiply this by 1,000, and I think you're going to get $15 per student. Or if you want to write the word dollar at the end, you can write it there at the end. So that you don't have to put the symbol there. So $15 per student about is what the rate of the cost of printing is changing when you have 2,500 students enrolled. So it's changing at a rate of $15 per student. And that's it. We use the calculator to figure out our derivative value. We practice finding that on the calculator. Math, option 8, the numerical derivative. It's going to ask you what's your variable, what's your equation, at what point, at what instant do you want to find the derivative, and we did. And then we use the units to clean that up. And that's it. We've answered the question.